place is home.
Hey, Jake.
Thanks for coming here to talk. I didn't want to seem unprofessional in front of the others, but... wow, we really are doing this. We got our real headquarters. People who know what they're doing. We're on the verge of becoming a true power in the Commonwealth. And the cherry on the cake is that you're the one leading it all.
I'm excited to see what we can do.
You're not the only one. Feels like I'm one big step closer to finally finding my kid.
Anything you want to talk about?
I touched on this earlier before, about my daughter Laura. She's been the driving force behind all of this. You know, ASAMs, settlements, and now setting up her own headquarters. Back then, I wasn't quite ready to explain what I meant by that, but I think I am now. That is, if you don't mind hearing all about my personal struggles, of course.
All right, let's hear it. What's on your mind?
Well, it all goes back to before Laura was born, before I even met her mother, Caitlin. You see, my hometown, Sanford, it was a bustling trade hub. Whole place was built around a huge purification plant, pre-war but still working. The plant was run by my father. It was the pride and joy of the whole town. Supplied clean drinking water to thousands and made Sanford a wealthy settlement.
Did something happen?
Yeah, something happened, all right. Like the old saying goes, nothing good lasts forever. One day there was an accident at the plant. One of its fusion generators began to overload. If left alone, it would have set off a chain reaction, caused an explosion that would have taken out the whole town and a good chunk of the surrounding area. My dad, he stopped that from happening. He pulled the fusion core, but it cost him his life, and severely damaged the plant in the process.
Can I ask you something personal?
It's all right. I know what you want to ask. How exactly did he die, right? When my dad pulled the malfunctioning core, that didn't stop it from overloading. And there was 5 more fusion generators in that room. If he wanted to stop an explosive chain reaction, he had to get that faulty core as far away from those generators as he could. And that's precisely what he did. He grabbed that core and ran the hell in the opposite direction. He got it all the way to one of our water tanks before it detonated. He saved a lot of lives that day, mine included.
I'm sorry about your dad.
Thanks. But that was a long time ago. I've made peace with his loss, and I'm proud that he died a hero. Anyway, after the accident, the plant shut down for good. I simply didn't have the caps to repair it, and no one in town was willing to foot the bill. So I sold what was left of the plant and settled down. It was around that time I met Caitlin, and not long after, we had Laura. After losing my dad, the plant, I was in a dark place. But Laura, she changed all that. She gave my life true meaning again. Without water to export, Sanford began to crumble around us. But I didn't give a damn. I had my daughter, and enough caps to keep her safe and well fed. That's all that mattered to me.
Understandable.
I thought so too. If the town wouldn't even help me fix the purifier that made them what they were, why should I care what happens to them? But Caitlin, she didn't see it that way. She said the town was dying, and in time, it would drag everyone down with it, including us. For years, she told me I should buy the plant back, try and repair it, that if I didn't, I'd be selling Laura's future short. Eventually, I told her to just drop it, that repairing the plant would be impossible. Caitlin didn't like that answer. We separated a few weeks later. That didn't stop her from bugging me, though. Now, whenever I saw her, she'd say, "You could stay here in Sanford, but pay for me and Laura to go someplace better." I'd ask where in the waste she'd even go. The response was always the same. The best settlement I could find. that Laura deserved no less.
It sounds like he was trying to motivate you.
Maybe. In the end, I think she just got tired of me always blowing her off. She decided to find a better settlement for our daughter with or without my blessing. That's when Caitlin left Sanford, taking Laura with her. As soon as I found out, I chased after them. It took months, but I tracked them to the Commonwealth. Didn't take long for me to find a lead to their whereabouts. Turns out they stayed in Diamond City for a while, in the Dugout Inn. But by the time I arrived, they already moved on. Apparently, even the Great Green Jewel didn't meet Caitlin's standards. After that trail went cold. I couldn't get no trace of where they'd gone. But I know they're still out there. They have to be.
That must have been hard on you.
I figured, since I couldn't find Laura, then I'd help establish the best damn settlements the Commonwealth has ever seen. I'd create the perfect settlement that Caitlin was looking for. And by doing so, I'd make her bring Laura to me. That's how I ended up discovering ASAMs, and why I started giving them out to people. And then I met you, and well, you know the rest. So, now you know why I've been doing all this. Why it's so important to me. And why I'm so thankful for everything you've done and continue to do.
After what happened to my family, I can understand.
Yeah, I guess you of all people would. Thanks. Anyway, now that we have the comm array and the HQ, we truly have the means to create some of the greatest settlements in the Commonwealth. It's still going to take some work, mind you. We'll really need to push the HQ to its full potential. However, I've got a number of upgrades and improvements in mind that I think will do the trick.
What sort of upgrades are we talking about?
For starters, the HQ's power generators. They're a little temperamental. We can improve that. Also, we should get all the terminals here networked again. That would definitely help our productivity. I'll do everything I can to make all this work, but I can't do it alone. I'm going to need your help, and the help of everyone in HQ as well.
We'll take care of the Commonwealth together.
Thank you. I really mean that. Oh, before I forget, I set aside a little place for you here. A home away from home, as it were. You should go check it out. Here's the key to unlock the door.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
You're welcome. It really is the least I could do for you, but I hope you like it. All right, we both got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Let's rebuild the Commonwealth.